The talents that you are wasting are not physical talents. It's spiritual talents. You're gifted, but you're choosing to ignore your calling because you don't want to seem crazy. But then not realizing that you could have an idea in your head. Somebody could be around you having a conversation and you're just thinking, not knowing that they can hear your thoughts. So while you're thinking about this, that, and the third, and they're talking about it, they're taking into consideration what you're saying because it's a good idea. But they don't want to come straight out and be like, oh, let me da-da-da-da, blase. Because the only reason why they want to do that is because it was your idea in the first place. This could be something that you're interested in and want to do. And this could also be somebody who's tried to take your energy and do whatever and all this type of stuff like that. So in order for them to be as you and blah, 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 they would have to delay you or block you or stop you from actually doing it. Because, yeah, it's your passion. So say like you wanted to open your salon. Somebody... I don't know. So like you going through the process and all types of stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. Somebody will say something and it's like, it just messes up your opportunity to open up your salon. Then you come across them and they're like, oh, I just opened up me a salon. I got this, then the third. You have to be careful about stuff like that. Because I noticed the masculine do it, the karmic masculine do it, everybody do it. When they don't want you around, they will cause problems for you. And then once everything dies down, then they'll try to come back around because they've done it time and time again before. And they're saying like, oh, you don't know the pattern, you don't know this, you don't know that. And that's because you were focused on other stuff. You wasn't depending on them. You didn't care about what they had or this and the third. So they wanted you to connect with them and depend on them so that when you needed them, they can deny you and you would feel... But then that's why they had to switch up their people because you eventually caught on and protected yourself from them and was able to continuously, you know. It don't matter if you was a stay-at-home mom, putting your kids through school, taking them to the bus, taking them to daycare, and coming back home. You were still healing, and that was a problem for them. So they felt like if they took away whatever was keeping you going, that you would stop healing. But it only fueled you even more. It's like no matter what they do, the more they do, the harder you go. Like the more you start realizing and the more you push yourself to heal and the more you find out and figure out. So moral of the story is leave Divine Feminine the fuck alone. Give her shit back. Deal with y'all fucking karma. And if y'all survive, don't do the shit ever again. Period. Simple. Like y'all goofy as hell and y'all dumb and y'all mad because y'all didn't win this time. Y'all might have possessed things that Divine Feminine had, but you didn't possess Divine Feminine, goofy ass bitch. And then the story of how it was like a meet and greet, you know, when everybody gathered in the fields and God came through and healed people. Like, if you could tell that story, why do you not believe that divine feminine can heal as well? It's not wanting to be God or claiming to be God. It's walking like you, walking in the likes of you and all types of stuff like that. So when God gives you these gifts, you might not be able to connect with certain people because they can get greedy. They can be toxic. They can be just blood-sucking faces. Anyways. And they're not realizing that the older you get, the wiser you become, because they're still stuck in those young days. Like, their life ended. You know, your life hasn't ended yet because you didn't allow your life to be ended. Like, you're still full of life. You're still, you know, because you have to have that concept of things come and go, and understanding that certain things you can't control, and to not get so upset by it or making decisions whereas it still didn't change the situation. But as long as that's how you cope with it, okay, cool. But you can't. So they're saying that if you're an only child, you are chosen. But if you have siblings, you can't be chosen. Because I'm pretty sure the only reason why people are able to manipulate other people is because they've had practice with their siblings and other individuals, maybe their cousins or their cousin. Y'all have been practicing manipulating and doing all this other stuff to people. Divine Feminine had never had anybody to go back and forth with, so it was like, but in the younger years, yeah, and that's why Divine Feminine was tiered, you know, nobody could fuck with Divine Feminine. But once you got isolated and you only knew your mother, so then your mother decided to whatever, because yeah, I remember what you said when you was younger and this, that, and the third. Like, motherfuckers that hold grudges, they don't give a fuck what you not under, like, I'm like whatever. Shit you did when you was a kid, you an adult now, I'm gonna penalize you for it. Okay, bitch. Shit you did when I was a kid, now you're gonna get penalized for it. Fuck you talking about, goofy ass. Do 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 do, stepping on that beat. Do do. All right, I'm gonna do another one.